What's up, people? Make sure everybody likes and shares the video. I'm on a roll right now. On to be episode 54. What's up, Angela? What's up, Tara? What's up, Diana? I don't know what's going on with KD, but no. Are you there?
Yo, yeah, I'm here.
Let
Yeah,
me see.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and our viewing public out there. As we
Yes.
wait for our two other co-hosts to get to the destination, we wanted to take the time out to use this episode to celebrate you, our ladies, probably our biggest supporters. Um,
Facts.
our three platforms, be it TaylorMade, be it Karen's Corner, and Friday Night Lights has a heavy support group of females, and we wanted to take this time out to show you our love before the end of the year, and let you know that your support doesn't go unnoticed. So this show tonight is all about y'all.
Facts.
T has been doing his behind the scenes work, making sure that this night goes off without a hitch. In celebration of that, we got some amazing things that's going to happen that you're going to see, that you're going to experience, that you're going to feel. And also, we got a special gift from our Friday night. Not our Sunday night wind down crew that we're going to give to one of you. So, throw them hearts up in the comments.
What's up, Cheryl?
Bear with us, while we get this taken care of. We're having some technical difficulties with Karen and her Wi-Fi. Being a hardworking man that he is, tears on his way home to get back so we can, have a show go off as it's planned. But again, the show is all about y'all.
No, I got the icebreaker for him.
Let's give it to him.
All right. So this is going to be episode 55. The whole show is based around women's appreciation. So I know y'all think we hard on y'all, but we just try to educate y'all, let y'all know what's going on, so we can get this man, woman, Venus versus Mars thing together. But here's the icebreaker question for tonight. So I need to know from all the ladies to name something that men wear or say that you're tired of. So that's the icebreaker question. So let us know in the comments as we wait for Katie to get herself together. Let us know in the comments. Name something that men wear or say that you want to, how they say it, GTFOH. That's how they say it now.
The hell out of here.
GTFOH. Yeah,
See,
get the hell out
I
of
don't know
here.
the acronym, but
GTFOH.
it's something like that.
So what's up, people? That's the icebreaker question. I got some special guests coming to speak on a topic that we haven't touched on yet. So I'm gonna send them a link. Let us know in the comments. Name something that men wear or say that you're tired of, that you want to GTFOH. Get the fuck out of here. So that's the icebreaker question. What's up, people? What's up, people? Let us know what's going on. I'm look, Nell, tonight I'm gonna throw the ladies like 99 alley oops, and if they can't slam dunk this shit tonight, I don't know what to tell them.
You know what? We gotta have faith. We gotta have
Right.
faith. We got faith in y'all tonight that when the alley oops come, y'all slam dunking, and this is y'all time to talk y'all shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? You already know what comes out of our mouths.
Right.
So this is y'all night for y'all to be unfiltered, for y'all to do and say what y'all choose, and we just accept it. We chalk it up. We listen.
Right.
We hear. We don't have an opinion about it. It's all about y'all. So let's go to the comments. They're coming out now. So let's start off with Angela's comment. She said, I guess she's tired of hearing you won't find one better than me.
Wow.
Tara said, saggy jeans, get it the fuck out of here.
I ain't mad at that, Tara.
She tired of saying that.
I ain't mad at that. Let me send
a link to
roll in.
I want to give a big shout out to somebody out there that's that's kind of new to the Sunday Night One, but is a big heavy follower of all our platforms, and that's Miss Ronnie Love. That's my girl. She's an amazing person. Shout out to Ronnie for showing up here this evening. We love you, sweetie. She Bell, you already know a family of the show. Tara Pierce. We got Cheryl Holiday. We got Helen Weaver. Barbara Jones. We got a host of beautiful ladies in here this night, and this night is all about y'all. So keep them coming in. Let's go back to some of the comments. There is not enough time in the night for what I gotta say. That's what Barbara said.
Angela says she don't know no grown men that's sagging. I don't know where you at, Angela, but it's still some grown men sagging where we at.
Yes, absolutely.
What's up, Diana? Who's this?
Shout out
Who's
to
this new
Diana
member?
for
That is that Ronnie Sonya Lane?
yeah.
Who is that? Okay.
Yeah. She
Yeah, Tara.
supports us all the time. She supports us all the time. Be it Telemade Kicks, Sunday Night Wind Down, Friday Night Lights. She's always there. And Ronnie, we appreciate you.
Okay. What's up, Ronnie?
Janine, Queen Peach Gems is in the building. We got a lot of ladies in the building tonight. We got 15 of y'all here. We got countless of others watching. Again, this show is
We gonna show
about
y'all some
y'all.
love.
So the icebreaker
We gonna show
question
y'all some
of
love.
the evening is, ladies, what are you tired? Name something that men wear or say that you are tired of? That's the icebreaker question of the evening.
Right. GTFOH. What's up, people? Let
If
us
you
know
don't
in
know
the
what
comments.
that is, just get it the fuck out of here.
Facts. Let's know in the comments. What's up, people? We're waiting on our special guest to pop up. What's up? Where's KD at? Somebody find KD. KD, where you are? What's up, Barb? I see you. I'm good. I'm good, Barb. Even though I'll probably be doing like 85, 90 my whole way home. But that's my number. So what's up? Y'all got any more comments before we move on? Icebreaker question is, name something that you're tired of men wearing or saying that you want to get out of here. So what's up? Let us know, people. I'm throwing y'all alley oops tonight. Speak y'all piece. Say what it is. We here to listen and learn. I'm just gonna narrate tonight, and let's get into it. What's up, Diana? I can't slow down. I'm like Ricky Bobby. You either first or you last. No, tell her we drive like Ricky Bobby.
They already know. They already know. I'm behind the wheel. You know what I mean? Reckless abandonment. But I think as I get older, man, I be slowing down a little bit more. I don't think
Oh
my
shit.
vision ain't the same, man. My vision it ain't the same as it is. And I've been stopped so many times and got out of ticket so many times. I'll be cautious sometime out here. Especially
Right,
driving into them predominantly white neighborhoods, man.
right. Yeah, I can dig it. Has anybody seen KD? What's up, KD? Where are you? KD, where you are? KD, where are you? Oh, yeah, I guess now.
Yeah.
How you doing, Queen?
No, I'm okay. How are you?
All right, now, so this is gonna be the first topic. I reached out to a couple ladies to explain this because sometimes women go through this and we don't always know. Sometimes they don't even always know. But can you just tell them your name and where you're from, and then we're gonna tell them what the topic is.
Okay. My name is Elizabeth. I live in Brooklyn.
Okay. All right. So tonight's topic is going to be how women go through postpartum and how they handle that, how they find out. Some of them still don't know even when they're going through it. So, what is your journey with postpartum?
Okay, so I have three children. The first child, I was not aware for quite a while, maybe like a year, a couple
Okay.
months at least. Um, it just felt like everything I did was wrong, especially with other people's opinions and it's
Right.
super pushy, and judging you and things like that nature.
Right.
Um, I found out, I actually thought it was linked to a car accident. So it's probably both extra. I got in a bad car accident like 6 months after. So it's probably linked to both of them. But then I learned after the second child that it was postpartum depression.
So did a doctor tell you that, or did you just figure it out on your own?
I figured it out on my own through different ways that I was feeling and, the internet tell you
Okay.
different things. Other moms explain how they felt, and it was extremely similar.
Okay. So how was home life? How was your baby father or your spouse treating you? How did you tell them? And how did that whole process go?
That's kind of what makes it worse. His family, his side of the family, they just take it as you're being weak. Or you just need to get up. There was no such thing. A lot of big things some people say is there was no such thing as postpartum depression. When I was raising children, you just had to hurry up and do everything you had to do. But you just were ignoring. You weren't fully tapping into yourself and feeling how you actually felt. You were just ignoring and hurrying up doing everything you had to do. You weren't putting yourself first and worrying about yourself.
No, do you have any questions?
Yeah, tell us what that experience looked like for you. Your emotional mindset, your mental health at that point. Um, Paint a picture for us a little bit, if you don't mind, of what that looked like.
Okay, so the first time it was okay. So a good example was I breastfeed my children, and with his family, some might breastfeed for a little bit, some may not. But I breastfeed for as long as the child would like, or at least to two. Um, and my first child, which I mean, this is new to me. Everything was new to me. So the first child, they were telling me things like, "Oh, she's too small, and maybe you need to go get formula." But the way they're doing it is, it's like telling me something's wrong with my child. And so, I mean, I care about my child. So then I'm telling my husband, "Oh, maybe we should go get some formula on the way back because I don't know. Your mom's like, she's too small and stuff." And so he's, What's wrong with you? She's not saying that. He doesn't get it, which
Right.
makes it 10 times worse.
Right. So did he eventually come around to some kind of understanding, or did that last throughout?
With this third child, I'm 3 months postpartum now, so seemed like he get it, but I can see he's trying. I can see he's trying to get it. I give him
Right.
the benefit of the doubt that he's young. He doesn't really know, and then especially from his background, they don't pay attention to that. They
Right.
judge you if you say anything like that. They're caught weak.
So how
Now,
did that go ahead now?
after your first child, and transitioning from carrying the baby to birth, then from the birthing process to
That
um,
was a big factor in it, the
okay,
way it was. Um, okay, so my idea around birth was, well, I'm a woman, and my body is made to give birth to a child, to bring a child earthside. So I was saying, oh, I don't need an epidural. I don't need an epidural. This my body is made for it. It might be painful. It might feel it, but it's fine. My body is made for this. And everybody's, oh, you're gonna need an epidural. Oh, I don't know about that. And I'm just, oh no, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. And I kind of got rushed to go to the hospital the first time. So when I went in there, like making it a big old thing. Oh, you're coming at 7 centimeters, your first time, mom. And then what I know now, because then the third pregnancy, I actually was became a doula. So now I know my body just thawed going in there because I became uncomfortable. And then I ended up having to get the epidural because they did scare tactics saying I'm going to end up having a C-section. And that made me not trust myself, believe in myself, and basically not trust and believe in myself, which it carried on for years and years, for years after. Like I'm just
So
getting over it, and this is
right.
year 3.
So
Um,
how did that affect? Hold on now. So how did that affect your relationship as far as y'all communicating and your sex drive? How did that affect your whole relationship?
Yeah, it started plummeting.
wow.
It just started going down, especially because everybody, his mom, it's his mother. She had children. She had 6 children. So she's saying, oh, she's just weak and nobody's supposed to date. We didn't worry about that in our day. And so he's going to listen to his mother. He's listening to his mother, but I'm saying, no, I don't feel it. And then on top of that, then I had the car accident. And I mean, the only reason I feel I woke up is because I heard my baby scream out. And that's the only reason why I opened my eyes in the car. And so it was just too much piled onto there. And so we ended up not having really good communication.
Right.
And I
As
guess
as
it
as
became hard to trust him because I couldn't even trust myself.
wow. As two young people, and looking back on it now, right? Um, two questions, two-part question. Um, what support did you need or do you need in that situation? And under the circumstances of you not knowing what's going on yourself, what would have been the best course of action for him to take to support you through this?
Mm, I guess a listening ear and words of affirmation, that would have been a big difference.
Okay.
Mm, yeah.
Okay. Angela wanted to know how old are your children?
Mm, 3, 1. He'll be 2 in February and 3 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And Queen Peach Jones wanted to know, did you have supports from your own parents during this time?
Yes, yes, but at the same time, people just still couldn't get it. Because they're
Right.
like, well, you had a beautiful birth experience, but I just couldn't get over the fact that I had this epidural and the effects that it had after. And that made me, yeah, it was just, I had help, but it's not the help that I really needed at that time. I eventually learned how to give it to myself.
Right. So throughout a basic day, how is your energy when you're going through this?
Um, it's like I was in another space mentally.
Right.
Mm, yeah,
Where
that's the best way to explain it.
where would you say your biggest source of um inspiration came from in order to pull yourself up?
My children.
Nice. Nice. Um, again, kudos to you, and kudos to all the other mothers out there, because us as men don't have to go through that um those rigors of childbearing and then childbirth and then the whole process. It's a different connection
Yeah.
that the mother has with her child. which brings forth so many emotions. What would you say to someone else out there, just, going through this yourself and being, a mentor to someone else?
That you had to learn to put yourself first. Especially you lose sight of yourself. Well, it's possible, especially if you don't have outside help. You can lose sight of yourself, and because now you have a child, and the child is dependent on you. But the children adapt to their environment, so you have to put yourself first in order, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So you have to make sure you take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
How you doing?
Absolutely. That's why the show tonight is going to be so impactful. Just starting off with this story right here, just goes to show the true strength and resolve of a woman.
Right.
As far too often do, we take that for granted and just say, oh, that's just a woman. But just the magnificence of what a woman is her strength, her story, her triumph. Not how she was defeated, but how she got up from that defeat per se, and triumph from it. You're a true testament of that. Are you planning on having any more children?
Yes, I would. I want a big year's break though, because I've had them back to back to back. But I like that because I like how I feel now. I never, for the previous two, I didn't feel this way, and people still bother me. The same people still say negative comments, but I have deep inner peace. I had to learn to have inner peace.
So everybody make sure y'all hold on, make sure y'all like and share the video. This is Women's Appreciation Night. No, you can say your comment, but I wanted to go through some of the comments because
absolutely. My question is, while T goes through the comments, is when you're going through this, what was the one thing that people asked you all the time that kind of like frustrated you? Was there like a question like, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Whatever the case may be, did the questions of are you okay become overwhelming to the point where it just got to be too much?
Well, see, that's the thing. No one really asked, are you okay? No one asked, are you okay? And yeah, everybody's just telling me what you should be doing. Oh, you're a wife. You should be cooking. You should be cleaning. You should be taking care of the children. You should be doing all of these things. But nobody's asking me, are you okay? Nobody's talking to me about anything. All these people are just worrying about what I should be doing as a wife. Doing around the home.
So do you sit down with your partner and try to explain, that process to them?
Yeah, but then it's like when he get outside information, it kind of flips it. Information from others, it kind of flips it.
Okay.
Wow.
Let us know in the comments if y'all have any questions. Make sure y'all like and share the video.
We got some people out there that want to in our comments that are congratulating you, also showing love and support to you, commending you on so many different commending you in so many ways is dealing with the issue. Helen Weaver said, Diana said you need some understanding from family and friends, which that's a point that you reiterated a couple of times for us. Queen Peach Jim says, I agree, but it's overwhelming when those around you may not even know what PPD, postpartum depression, really looks like.
Right.
And far too often do we get caught up in that, which a lot of us do, right? If we went through something or we successfully came through it, we have a thing of that everybody should successfully come through it.
Right.
But then we get those instances where it's things like this that, uh, you know, forms us. And then we're saying, oh, I'm going through this. But somebody else is like, you're not supposed to be going through that. You're not supposed to be feeling like that, or you'll get over it. And I think we should, be looking for the signs. What are some things that you would say to a new mother and also a new father?
Like what are the warning signs you think?
I think it'd be different for other people, for everyone, but I was looking for the wrong, looking for something to be wrong.
Right.
And lack of sleep, which that's very common in the beginning.
Right.
Well, okay, instead of lack of sleep, like fighting to go to sleep, insomnia, always trying to, and not accepting help. That's a big one. And then what I would tell a new mother and father is to care for themselves first and accept any help. And sometimes ask. People might not just straight out ask you or provide you with help, but if you ask, they might help you out.
Right.
And then they too have to connect if they're together. They have to connect to keep their bond and intimacy full, which could help the mother and help the father. Because, people don't talk about it, but also men can go through postpartum depression too. They can go, because he's a new father and now he doesn't have time with the woman the same way that they used to, and now this baby, you have a crying baby, you have to figure out what the baby wants, what it likes. It's a human, so all babies are different. So men can go through this too, and now he has to be a extra provider. He has a whole child. His mind goes different, so they need to bond together.
So what the main thing is, how can people, what's the best way that people can help? Is it just a listening ear, or like what kind of support helps you the most?
Listening ear, cleaning, cooking, help around the house. If you have older children, help with the older children. Yeah, because that would enable me to have a nap, a good nap,
A good nap.
and my environment clean.
Yeah.
Environment clean, because if you have a cluttered environment, your mind is cluttered.
Right.
For all the men out there that are watching, how important is it to get somewhat a good rest after having a baby? We don't know nothing about that.
Ooh, I'd say that's a good maybe 95, 97% of big thing. And well, while you're pregnant, your body is going through so many changes. You have hormones changing and all different type of things. Then it's mentally, physically taxing when you're bringing the baby earthside. So you need to rest. Then breastfeeding, that's hormones. It's a lot of hormones going on before, during, after, and then now you have someone else to take care of, and then your body you don't feel the same. You'll never be the same. People are always trying to go back to the same how they were before, but you're not a mother. You were not a mother before. You'll never be the same. You're a new version of yourself.
Nice.
So do you think it's more taxing physically or mentally?
Okay, if you're not aware of yourself, if you don't check into yourself and see how you feel, then I would say mentally. But if you are aware of yourself and you check in how you feel and acknowledge your feelings and decide what you're going to do to help yourself and soothe through it, then that would be the physical, if you are aware of yourself.
No, can you go through some of the comments because they showing you some love and support in the comments.
Yes,
Now go through
absolutely.
some of the comments.
Absolutely. Ronnie Love is saying, don't be judgmental towards someone going through PPD. Diana, again, avoid negative people if possible. Also, Queen Peach Jim says, also get professional help. I was in her shoes having 3 children in a 5-year span. I had to get the resources to get through it as well. A number of people are saying it varies from woman to woman. But you also have others are saying, we love your strength. Continue to keep up, the good work of being, steadfast in your mind. I commend you, stay strong. And just try to, Janine makes a great point. Stay strong and try to get a village. Never be afraid to say you need help, and have people praying for you.
Okay, Katie, we're talking about, this is another one of our co-hosts. Katie, we're talking about, postpartum depression. Do you have any questions for her?
No, I was listening to her. I'm sorry. What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. I was
Yes.
listening to you, darling. Is this your first child?
No, she has 3.
I have 3.
You have 3. So,
Yes.
well, my question is, did you go through this with each child, and did you learn like how to cope with it with each one of them, or is it like it is repetition with each one of them?
I learned how to cope better with each child. So now the 3rd child, things people say doesn't really bother me. And I learned to just speak for myself. And, I have to make sure I'm good so that I can care for my children. Because all these people who have outside comments, they're not really taking care of my children. I'm the one taking care of my children. So
Exactly.
I'm good now. I learned how
Well,
to
I heard some of it. I do apologize for what happened earlier. But when they speak of that energy, and that is so true. You have to stay away from that negative energy with any type of mental illness. But you have to keep your energy clean for your peace of mind. In fact, what happened a while ago, I think it was meant to happen because the particular environment was not right for me. I mean, the internet shut down. Her TV was still playing, but the internet shut down. My phone would not pick up. So I took that as the next best thing and to move on. Because when you find your peace, when you go through things like that, like you say, you want to keep your peace. So you separate yourself from things that are not bringing you peace. So I salute you for that. Meditate. I don't know if you are into meditation, but it does help to meditate. And I salute you for being a great mother, even going through what you go through. And you are right. Men do go through postpartum depression as well. As a new mother, that's the one thing I can say my now ex-husband did was we took turns getting up with the baby. That's one thing that I cannot take from him. He shared that with me. So when you have someone to share it with you, that's even
good.
more of a blessing.
All right, ladies. As we has Erica here, I'm still waiting on a couple other guests to pull up. But I'm gonna pull out the ideology question for y'all right now. So we can get into that. So I can get y'all opinions on this. So I need all the ladies on the panel and in the comments to let us men know. It can be your partner, your father, a brother, a friend, whoever. Let us know, how has men let you down the most, and how can we help y'all? here's your opportunity, because we always talk our shit. So here's your opportunity to let us know, how have we let y'all down the most, and how can we help y'all? So it could be a spouse, a father, a brother, a friend, whoever. Just let us know, how have we let y'all down the most. So that here it is, ladies. What's up?
I have no words for that. I really
Oh, come
don't.
on, KD. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
I have
about.
no
Now,
words for that.
I give them the alley oop now, and then they have no words. What's up?
I mean, right now I don't have any words for that. I really don't. I
What
mean,
about you, Olivia?
and that's not a bad thing, guys. I mean,
That is, Katie. We need communication. If we don't know what the problem are, we can't help y'all.
okay, Michelle. Okay, Michelle.
I would say, okay, this is okay for the postpartum when it's a baby and stuff. Look where you could help. See where she's stressing out. You could tell where she's kind of stressing out. So if you pay attention where she's stressing out at, you could fill it in.
You
Yeah,
got
that's all
anything
I
else,
got.
Katie?
That's all I got.
I'm telling you, I can't even get started. I can't even
Do
get
I?
started.
I'm trying to
This
give
is
y'all the
okay.
floor.
This is
Like,
my thing right here,
first
T.
step in.
I cannot T and Darnell, really. This is my thing. I guess it's hard for me to get started because, and y'all may think I'm lying, but that's all I've ever had over a lifetime. It's nothing but disappointment from me. So
Right,
I
Katie.
don't know what it's like not
So
to be
so
disappointed.
KD, so KD, so the question is, who has let you down the most, and how have they let you how have they let you down? Can we change that?
Well, I guess I will have to. Who has let me down the most? Oh my God. That's a tie, to be quite honest with you, between my ex-husband and my son. They
So
they run a tie.
how has your son let you down?
I don't get the respect that I feel like I should get as a mother.
Do you communicate this with
I
him?
mean, huh?
Do you communicate this with him?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I I guess I do. I well, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, it's just a number of reasons why, and I mean, I just see. I can't be breaking all this stuff down like this, but if I had to just break it
KD,
down,
it's gotta
okay,
be broken down. That's the only way for us to fix these
it's
things.
too much to break down, though, guys. It's too much
We
to break.
have to have
Okay,
these conversations.
shit, y'all asking for read Great Family Praise.
All right, Katie, I'm gonna give you a pause. So now, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? And we could tell how we have not been supportive, or where have we been lacking, the most.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, just hearing Elizabeth's testimony, right? It hopefully it gets you to see transparencies within your own self, right? And we all can be accused of this, myself included, where um where support, um honesty, communication um is key. Maybe my communication may have waned in some areas where it has caused friction or it has caused that my other party, my other half, or anyone, family, friends, or whatever, to doubt and or have a level of doubt or a misconception. Me not being open, and open meaning not expressing everything and not always telling everything, like when if I'm hurt, if I'm in pain, or if I'm going through something, if I'm emotional or whatever, and just keeping things bottled up inside and not sharing that, which, you know, somebody might want me to or need me to. That's the thing that can let a person down as well. So the reason why we're having this show tonight, and T has said it multiple of times when we've asked questions and we get a blank responses, share with us your experiences, because that helps someone else that may be living in that.
Right.
See where they are. Communicating to the other side is not always not needed. It's very much needed, right? We have to be able to communicate on all different scales, and we have to break this wall down and this barrier down of saying to people, you should know already. We talked about this several times, so you should know. Yes, we may have talked about some things several times, but it's still sometimes forthcoming or needed, I should say, to explain yourself if you want better results. If you want this to work, or if you want things to get better, being able to express yourself is the only way a person really truly understands where you're coming from. And it's up to them in that moment or at some point to fix that. Right?
Right.
And you have to allow them, after we've communicated that, to fix it. We can't say, oh, well, we've had this conversation before, and then regardless of how many times I talk about it, ain't nothing going to happen. You never know what could happen.
Right.
Right?
Right.
People grow, people mature, and people realize their mistakes. And the ones that are truly apologetic or even willing to accept what you're saying is willing to change their behavior. Now you have to allow for them to digest that information, right? Look within themselves and start to work on the things that you said that wasn't something that let you down. You have to allow for them to fix that. It's not an overnight or instantaneous fix. You have to allow them to, if you're willing to work on it. Right? So that's what this show is about. That's why we're asking these things. That's why we're allowing the roles to be reversed, because our voices are so prominent on this show. Right? The two of us have such prominent voices, but we also realize and we also know that we have flaws that we're trying to correct. And the only way to correct them is by allowing you to tell us, to lay it all down. And if we're willing to fix it, we will.
Right. So I'm gonna say that, my ego is bigger than me, so I don't have the patience.
You know that.
I run out of patience. I run out of patience quick, and people don't understand that. They always throw around this communication word, but it's way deeper than just communication, because communication is just the beginning. You have to start at communication, then you have to go to understanding, then you have to apply the change behaviors. So if all these things are not working together, you're just running around in circles. You're just going to keep running around in circles. So we all, have to take a step back, take a deep breath, and focus on all three of these things to move forward, or it's just not going to work.
Right. Now, since I see what y'all broke it down to, now my young lady up here, she's young. She's she's still, she's very young. And you guys always tell me this all the time, and I will admit, I have built a wall up. And many women, it's not just me, many women like myself have built walls, but we built walls through the years of being mistreated. We built walls through years of being disappointed. And when you build those walls, like that wall can be built so big from disappointment after disappointment after disappointment after disappointment to the point you're like, that wall is built. And it's like, ain't no need of asking nobody to help you do nothing. You've been by yourself all this time. I mean, you guys got to understand me, and it's with each person differently. I have slept in my car in a parking lot. I have went through beatings like no other, look like Mike Tyson. Okay. I mean, I've been through hell that people will not even ever. Michelle know, and very few people know. But if you can see the scars that this body right here has been through on the surface, as well as internally, and still go through internally with most of my family, I will say that. But I fight through it every day. So when I
KD.
fight every day, what's that?
KD, I want to ask if you've thought about going to therapy for that, or
I
if you
have.
have a friend that you could just talk through it with.
I talk to my bestie, and I talk to my bestie and my sister. I do.
Okay. No, can you
But
go
I
through
mean,
some
I
of the
just
comments because they're saying a lot in there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the comments. All right, let's go back to, let's start at Ronnie's comment when she said, leaving my mother, and when I was only 5, I had to grow up fast, and I don't trust nothing they say. Parentheses father. Barbara says, things play out, T. Things play out, T, having to keep repeating things over and over again. I guess things get played out, having to keep repeating things over and over again. When we express
Yeah, I hate
grievance,
repeating things too, Barbara. That's why my patience coming.
Lynette says, when we express grievances in a relationship, not to be taken as a negativity. Helen Weaver says, most important thing is communicating. And Tara said, to finish out the comments, is the letdown is not being there, the secrets and dishonesty. From my dad's relationships, just to be straight.
now I will say, my daddy is a man that I had no.
I need a charger.
So and I've always said since my divorce, I know that I found the perfect man when I find my daddy. Who's that's trying to come on? It's background noise.
Okay.
You want to finish your comment?
Go ahead.
My daddy loved me unconditionally. He accepted me for what I was. He made sure, I mean, he saw things that my husband was not doing for me, what a man should have done for his wife. When I tell y'all, like I said, you cannot imagine. Michelle, no. The hoopty that I had to ride in while he was riding in a 2014 Mercedes and had 2 other cars. My son in a Mercedes. My car didn't have windshield wiper. I had to stick my arm at the door, but I still went. I didn't let that stop me. I didn't even have gas money, but I found that gas money because I was taking care of my sister, my mom, and my dad during this. I didn't have windshield wipers. I had my dad in the car with me one day, and he made me drive to the store to get windshield wipers for my car. I mean, I had onions that I rode on for years. I mean, but God took care of me. I had faith through all of that. So I had no man to, I mean, I would have flat tires, call home, tell them I need help. They tell me ain't nothing they can do. I'm on the side of the road. So, you know, how can you You know what I mean? I'm sorry. The wall, each time that wall got thicker and thicker because each time I came out of it myself, I had to figure out a way for myself. Just as I'm doing for my life now, I had to strip my life down to find peace. And I had to let things go, sacrifice. But I took those sacrifices. But as I speak right now, I'm rebuilding my life.
Okay. Now,
So it's a process.
now, can
Yes,
you can you uh can you see who the new guest is and tap into her story about what's going on?
yes.
Who's that? Sandra?
Hey,
Hey,
yeah.
Shonda, how you?
How y'all doing?
We're wonderful. How about
good.
yourself?
How are you?
Good. How
I'm
are you
good.
doing?
I'm just a little preoccupied at the moment.
Heard you was in the kitchen cooking.
Right.
You getting us a platter together.
If y'all like vegan food,
So tell us a
I
little
love
bit of
vegan.
introduce yourself to the group, and tell us a little bit about your story.
it's really breaking up, so I can barely hear y'all. Um, I believe you said introduce myself to the group. Is that
Yes.
correct? Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
I can now.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Introduce yourself to us and tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay. I'm LaShonda. I go by Shonda. Trinice is my middle name. I am a labor and postpartum doula slash herbalist from Memphis, Tennessee. Um, what made me a doula is I had three hospital births that I didn't like them. I didn't like my experiences. I didn't feel heard. I felt pushed aside and all that extra stuff. I felt experimented on and everything. So my fourth child, I decided to stay at home and have her. It went very well. So I had my fifth child at home. I actually became a doula, a certified doula, before I had my fifth child at home. So yeah, and I have a concentration on postpartum doula because of the lack of support that I'm noticing in the community. Um, and that leads to a lot of different issues, postpartum depression, and um, us as women not healing properly after giving birth, and it's a problem. So I decided to step in. I'm actually experiencing some of those problems myself right now. I just had a baby 3 months ago, and it's just a gross lack of support in the households, in the community. There is no villages anymore. So I'm hoping to inspire other doulas or other people to just come together and help out those mothers and, people in general that you can see have a need, for that extra help, that support, and less judgment, because that's all I seem to hear nowadays is judgment. Well, she had these kids, she shouldn't have had these kids, and all that. When it's really not a room for the "you shouldn't have done" in today's society, because we all make mistakes, or we make our own choices, and "you shouldn't have done" doesn't help anything, and it doesn't help anyone. I'm starting to notice a spike in depression amongst people that don't even have children because of that mindset. you know but that's really it on my end for right now. I just want to see those villages come back, and we just get together and start to help each other more, instead of the judgmental and the turning of the blind eye to problems that we see every day.
So we have a young lady on here by the name of Elizabeth who shared her story with us earlier, and she just had a baby 3 months ago as well, and she suffered from postpartum depression, from her first birth to this one here. And she was saying some of the same things that you were saying, just being in tune with herself, sharing as much information with her partner as she possibly could to get him to understand where she was coming from, so he wouldn't alienate himself from her. Both you ladies just had recently had babies within the past 3 months, right?
Yeah.
I have a question for Shonda.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
kept referring to a doula. Is it doula you're saying?
Doula.
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 Okay, is that a midwife? I'm assuming.
It's a I want to call it it's like a traditional midwife. The only difference between doulas and midwives are usually medically trained nurses or, something along those lines. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
the medical background per se, not in that aspect. I have the experience and the knowledge that was already in me, basically.
I
Okay, and see
confirmed.
that's what I needed to ask because I don't know how many other people was in the dark, but I was in the dark as to what you meant by that. But I was kind of putting it together, and I know it sounded like a midwife. So now, when you say doula, so you had your last baby at home.
My last two.
Okay, did someone assist you? That is another doula. I mean, how did you come about finding one of those?
No, ma'am. Completely unassisted, besides my husband being there.
Are you serious? Oh my
It's, it
gosh.
was, the knowledge was in me. I came from my grandma had 19 children. She only had three of them in the hospital. So, um,
19.
she passed away in 2001. I'm very spiritual. I do believe my grandma is
Yeah,
within
I
me.
see
If
that.
not within me, she's walking next to me every day. So I do believe that she was in the room when I had my baby, my first baby, because I knew exactly what to do, and I feel like who I don't know. It's like the knowledge was already in me,
Spiritual guide
which
is what it was. Your
right,
ancestral spiritual guide is what it was that was with you. You're right. I mean,
most definitely.
I know exactly what you mean because I don't tell people this, but my grandmother, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And you have a gift. You're an empath. I mean, you're a gifted person, very gifted.
Thank you.
Um, is is there someone else in your family like that? I mean, you're not a common person at all, Shonda. I don't know if you realize what you are, but you're not a common person.
Yeah, I've always been the black sheep. Y'all can see my face.
Yeah.
I've always been the black
When
sheep.
is your birthday, if you don't mind me asking?
November 1st, 86.
November 1st.
Yes,
November
ma'am.
1st. Okay. 111. Yeah. You're blessed. You're a special person. Yeah. You need to
Oh,
look into
check this
this.
out. My baby my first baby that I had unassisted was born on 11/11.
Mm, mm.
You need to look up ancient number 111.
Oh, I have. I'm very familiar.
Okay. Yeah.
That's one of the
You are
ones I
a
see every day.
special, special being, my sweet. You're special.
Yeah.
Yep, that's one of the ones I see every
I would
day.
say a doula is emotional and spiritual support for the woman. I'm a doula as well.
Yes, that's correct.
Are you now?
Yeah.
Okay. We're sitting on a panel of royalty up here. That's what I'm talking about. Young royalty. I like that. I like that.
Karen, do you have any other questions for the ladies before we read
Well,
some of the comments
you
that's in
know,
the
as far as the doula, you know, that's a whole lot healthier for young women today. Do y'all have a group that is formed for young mothers or young mothers to be? Because you know, your doulas, true enough, but you know, being a doula, since I'm understanding what you're saying, y'all are also supposed to be leaders. You are leaders. It's not supposed to end it. So y'all need to use that and form a group with young women who are having babies so that they can feed their babies inside of their bodies the things that they need to feed them, not only nutritionally, but mentally as well. And enrichment. So maybe y'all should consider, you know, forming a group for young mothers or, you know, young mothers to be, and really, you know, kind of teach them about this right here.
I drop a lot of knowledge on my Facebook page, dealing with a lot of things, dealing with nutrition, um, protecting yourself spiritually. I drop a lot of information about pregnancy, childbirth, breastfeeding, everything.
Okay.
But I have honestly, it's been in my spirit to create a Facebook group,
Yeah, you need to,
so that I
Shonda.
could
You
be,
need to.
yeah,
You
it's
should.
definitely been in my
Even a
spirit.
YouTube page. I would even say start a YouTube channel.
Right, I'll definitely look into
It
it.
will grow. It will grow. But until you do, get on Karen D on the move, okay? Because I will have you girls on there.
What is it now?
Karen D on the move. All spaces.
Can someone
I
drop
am
that in
all
the
about my
chat? I'm not by my
spirituality.
phone.
Yeah, we'll drop you the chat. We'll drop the link in the chat for you.
Okay, thank you.
Question. So we asked this question to the audience earlier. You weren't on, and we also asked it to our other guest today, Elizabeth. Where or what man has let you down the most, and how can we help change that, or how can you help them change that?
What man has let me down the most? Um, all of them. To be honest,
See?
um, the main thing that I'm seeing a lot of is a lack of accountability. So if we can get the men, it's not even just the men. It's a lot of people in general to take accountability for their actions and what they don't do, what they say. I believe that problem would diminish.
Nice.
That's a smart
Great
young
question.
lady, Neil. I like
Accountability.
her. Both of them.
Accountability
I
is
like them.
Oh, thank you.
How do you feel about that, KD and Elizabeth? How do you feel about accountability?
That's a big part.
Accountability is everything. Okay, Elizabeth, you go.
Yeah, that's a big part. I would say the accountability and listening, just listening to what the person said they need and give them what they need instead of you giving them what you think they need. They told you what they need. That's a big thing.
I agree with that too.
I have a question for both ladies. Do you think our society has now become more acceptance of the term or just this ideology of, you know, it is what it is, instead of trying to work through things and work through problems? I think we've gotten comfortable with that. Oh, it is what it is, and not trying to work through issues and problems, and nothing is perfect, you know. As much as we want things to be, as much as we want them to be status quo, it's not. You know, when you're dealing with multiple personalities, because that's what you're dealing with when you're dealing with yourself and somebody else. You know, different personalities are included. So you know, it's always going to be a give and take, right?
I can
It's
agree.
always going to be some sort of compromise and some level of maturity to where you can say, you know, I enjoy this person that much. I love this person that much that I am willing to experience trials and tribulations with this person, because I know outside of them, that's where a lot of my happiness comes from, or this is where, you know, I receive joy, and this is where my heart lies. I think we've become a society that is just like, it is what it is, and we're so quick to write people off instead of working through those issues and problems. And when we become more acceptance of trying to work on those things and get it better, you know, we'll be a better, you know, a better breed of people. What's your thoughts?
I also see that people think, well, okay, you're not doing something exactly how I want it, so somebody else out there can do exactly what I want. But then, but the person that you want to do exactly what you want, that's really where you want to be at. But like you said, the compromise, people have to actually learn how to compromise, I guess.
Yeah.
I agree. That
I
takes emotional maturity.
Yeah, yeah.
very much so. I mean, I totally agree with what Neil said. People are quick today to say, well, forget it, you know, because it is, I mean, like we said this last week, you know, we talked about this last week, about the side man. You know, people are so flippant about that nowadays. And really and truly, when I tell you, I don't believe in that whatsoever. I don't. Because when I do say, you know, that's it, bye, I'm gone, you know, just I was married for 34 years, in that relationship for 38. So that tell you right there to the amount of loyalty that I would go. But people are really quick to say, well, you know, it is what it is. So what? Because I'm one of them people now. Because I stayed in it so long, now I'm quit. It's like, if it's not working, let me take that back. I go by the energy. I really and truly go by the energy. And you two ladies will understand this when I tell you this. Numbers follow me. And I know how to read
Mm-hmm.
my numbers. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mm-hmm.
read my numbers with the person. So now I don't care if it's family, I don't care who it is. If I'm not feeling that energy, I don't care who it is. Parent is getting the heck on. No hard
I don't
feelings.
blame you.
Love you from afar. But if I'm not feeling that energy, I'm not sticking around.
I have a look. Let's rewind this a little bit, right? Because the young lady, when she came on, and no fault to yours, Karen, because you have technical difficulties, right?
Mm-hmm.
She made a great point, and we all could have said, if we knew her, that her energy was off. She even could have said her energy was off. So does that mean we are supposed to be so quick to, because that we feel that person energy is off and they're not giving that same energy they're used to? But you never know what underlying issues they could be dealing with to have their energy the way it is. So
Right.
you just said, when you're a person that feels energy, and when
Mm-hmm.
you're not feeling that energy that you felt from them before, or whatever, you get the hell on.
Mm-hmm.
But an individual like herself, she said, my energy wasn't the same. I'm not even the same person I was pre-birth
So true.
or pre-pregnancy. So we so quick, because we're in our own feelings, which we understand
Mm-hmm.
because we live with them. We get in our feelings and we forget that others have feelings as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we forget that the bond that we have together has feelings in that as well, because they're
Right.
comprised of both.
Mm-hmm.
And we're so quick to cut that off because this side of the bed ain't feeling what that side of the bed is putting out. Instead of trying to figure out why that energy is off,
Now, whoa,
dealing with
now
that.
when it comes to that part, now that's different than what I'm talking about, Neil. I'm speaking of as in new energies around me. Now, as I said, once a person enters my life, yeah, I don't cut them off just like that. No, I mean, this I am speaking of new energy nowadays, and I mean that's all that come to me now is new energy. But if a new energy, and again, even if it's family, now I got family members, I love them, but do I associate with them? No. But it's only because I have to protect my peace because I've come too far to find. That's where that little tip of the scale is, where I know I have to go to therapy. So I don't do things to tip what can aggravate what I know ails me. But now when it comes to someone who is in my life, no, I don't just cut them off. Like I say, I read energies and I read them numbers. Y'all think I'm crazy, but my numbers talk to me. So I know who's supposed to be there and who's not supposed to be there.
No, am I back now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I just want to break this down into simple terms because I heard her say accountability for hers. So I need the women to say what is your number one thing? Is it loyalty? Is it respect? Is it financial support? What's your big number one thing that you need from your partner?
Respect.
What about you, KD?
That was
I mean, to me, respect is gonna come either way. I would say security. Security. Because when I look at everything, that's where I feel like my husband and son let me down security wise. Because when they knew my situation better than anyone else and could help me but would not help me, that was my security that I thought was there. So I'm gonna say security. But
So you
not
so so you feel like they weren't protecting you.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean my daddy treated me like a princess. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I treated my dad like a king. Now, don't get me wrong, you know. But yeah, I mean, I my daddy treated me like a princess, and that's not to say that I have to be treated like a princess. Like if my damn car is broke down, I call you. That's just a damn thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's not to say that I expect anything out of the ordinary. Now I am now. Don't forget. Don't get me wrong now. So yeah, there are some things that I do want to be pampered with, but above all, yeah, you're supposed to be there to protect me. Where's that protection when I need it? So I had to become my own protector.
Okay, let us know in the comments, everybody. What's your number one thing? Is it
I would say
protection? Is
understanding.
it is it financial support? Is it understanding? Everybody, let us know in the comments. And I have one last question for y'all. So, if a man has been unfaithful to you, what's bigger, the embarrassment or the actual act of it?
I say the act. I'm really big on respect. So, one thing about me, I'm not the typical wife. I will almost allow anything as long as he is 100% honest with me up front before anything happens. So, with that being said, you have no reason to lie to me. So, are, if you commit an act of infidelity, 9 times out of 10 is behind my back. That's very disrespectful because you could have just sat down and talked to me about it. And like I said, I'm very understanding. I get it. I have my ways. you know, I'm very understanding without going into detail. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I hear what you're
So
saying.
yeah, it may be times where I don't feel like having sex or, whatever. If you feel like you're attracted to this one lady and you wanna, try her out, I'm cool with it. Just as long as
Oh
you come to me
shit.
first.
What? Yeah, you ain't the ordinary wife, baby.
KD, KD,
Yeah, I
you
mean
that's
I'm
all.
okay with it as
Oh.
long as you're honest with me.
Okay.
Yeah, honesty is a big thing. Hiding in the dark is not cool. It's gonna come to light. It always comes to light.
Hmm.
True.
Always.
That come back to
Yeah,
that side thing with me. I ain't got a side thing, so I expect them not to have a side thing. Once I find out a side thing is there, then yeah. So I guess
so
loyalty.
so KD, if you were going through a phase, you wouldn't allow your man to, venture out if you couldn't
Hell no.
participate. What if you couldn't participate, KD? KD, so if you
Hell
can't
no.
participate, what is he
No.
supposed to do?
No. No. And no. I mean, okay. If I became ill, I would say, look, baby, this is your time to get out. You are more than welcome to go. I would not expect him to stay there and put his life on hold for me. But if you're going to stay there, no, no, no. I would rather you walk away from me, really and truly.
I can understand it.
I used to be like
Mhm.
that. But where I am right
And
now
like
and
I said, you're much younger than I am.
where I am right now,
Yeah, you're much
I'm
younger than
okay.
I am. Yeah.
I could get it.
But I
And,
have always been like that. I mean, even in school, not that I had many boyfriends anyway. I mean, I've always had a wall up. But if and not even talking to the boy, but if he's supposed to be talking to me, and I heard about him talking to another girl, it was gone. It was
but
gone.
KD, I don't think that's an age thing. I think that's a, that's just times are changing. I
Hmm.
don't think it's an age thing. I think it's just what if he wants to take care of you, and you just want him to go about his business, even if he wants to take care of you.
So what now?
I said, what if he still wants to take care of you, but he still has his needs? You just want him to go about his business.
Yeah, he go on about his. I would not hold him back. Go on about your business. Let me suffer in silence, baby.
So then, once he doesn't take care of you, how are you going to feel about that?
I like I say, be honest with me. That's all I ask. Be honest.
Okay, KD.
But now, if we have taken some vows, that's a totally different story. We don't tell some vows. You gonna wipe my shitty ass. Excuse me, y'all. You gonna do it. We talk vows. We talk vows. So, but I mean, if we have not taken vows, but I will have, I was in a committed relationship. Yeah, I would say, by all means, go. And I would not have any hard feelings. I really would, as long as
Now,
honesty was involved.
now, can you go through some of the comments?
Yeah, absolutely. So, um, in response to the question that was put out, what's the number one thing you need from your mate? Lady KC jumped us off with respect and security. Tara said honesty. Janine said honesty, loyalty, and respect. Sharita said security, protect my heart, my mind, and my body. Annette said security, consistency, and respect. Helen Weaver, genuine love, the rest will follow. Tara said respect, so forth and so on. So, a lot of I guess the number one resounding thing that the comments are saying is respect. That's the number one thing that they need from their mate is respect, with honesty and security right on its heels.
Okay, do the ladies have any more thoughts or comments or any more things that they would like to say If you had anything in the world you could say to a man, whoever it may be in your life, what would that be? What would that be?
Ooh. Please be honest and 100 about your intentions from jump, no matter what they are.
What would I say? Oh my goodness. Uh, the one thing I would say, if I am a lot to take on at your own, but I will give that warning first and foremost. What you see on the surface is not what's on the inside. There's a lot of bruising on the inside that I'm still fixing on. I've come a long way, but you're gonna have to be a mechanic to take this on. That's all I'm gonna say.
Katie got that tornado over there, y'all.
I'm being honest.
I would say honesty, have honesty and understanding, listening.
Hey, no,
Yes, sir.
I gave him the oop. What you think?
Um, we just got to go with it. We just got to continue to ladies, understand this, right? When y'all say that, the things that y'all want, and y'all give us one word,
Right.
responses. You know what you want, and you know what that looks like for you in your mind. But you have to dumb it down, and you have to put it in layman's terms for anybody to understand it. Because respect for you may be a different respect for somebody else. We got two different people on this panel with two different points of views. The young lady said, just be upfront with me and tell me what you want and let me consider it, where
Here.
the other half said, I'm not going for it at all. Right?
Wait a minute, what other half you speaking on there? Let's be clear.
So Elizabeth said,
really know what half that is.
Elizabeth said, just be honest with, just tell her and let her evaluate the situation. Right? Where you said, you come to me with that, step off, Jack, hit the road, Jack. Right?
Talking about if they have cheated.
The young lady said, if her man came to her and said, I want to sleep with somebody else, or I want whatever.
Yeah.
She let her be the determining factor of if she's okay with that.
Right.
But you, on the other hand, said you're not going for that.
Exactly.
So when
and I mean, that's her way of handling things, but that would be my way of handling
exactly.
And I respect that.
The point that we're trying to make is, we can throw this word respect out. We can throw this word communication out. We can throw this word honesty out. But it has to be detailed when it's coming from an individual. Because we need to know what that looks like to you.
Right.
Instead of us perceiving what that may look like to us.
Right.
Because respect to somebody else might be, as long as they don't find out, or as long as it's not put in their face, or as long as it's being hidden and they're not caught up in the rapture, then I'm respecting them. And that's not what you're genuinely saying. You're saying clear cut and whatever the case may be, and that's because you explained that. So this is a message, and this is a teaching for both of us. This night is a teaching for both parties, right? It's allowing you to get your feelings and express yourself and just get everything out. But then there's also too an educational piece for us to listen and digest what you're truly saying. So say it. Right. Throw it up as much as you have to in order for that person to truly see exactly what it means to you. Because we're going down the comments, and the comments are saying respect and security. Lady KC and Karen D might have two different levels of security and respect.
You're right now. You got a point there, Neil. You got a valid point there. It can mean different things to yeah. Because I will say that women are a different species than men, and yeah, to each of us is gonna mean something differently.
But look, let's say we got together in our teens. We're still dating in our 20s. We've consummated our relationship in our 30s, and we're now here in our 40s. Every part of our lives has changed. Our mindsets are different. What we were thinking about 10 years ago might not be what we on now. So we have
That's
to
true.
have those conversations and stop. We have to stop with this very one sentence that a lot of people choose to, well, I don't got to teach a grown man. I don't got to teach a grown woman. I shouldn't have to tell you how to act, or I shouldn't tell you what that means. Yes, you should.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, you should.
But you should. You
You
should.
should. Just because you made macaroni and cheese on Thursday don't mean I wanted that macaroni and cheese that you made. Because I
That's
might not
true.
like them noodles. But if I told you that's not the noodles I like to eat, and I'm just sitting there and it's sitting on the counter, then how would you know? So again, we gotta continue to we gotta open our mouths in order for our minds to be, for other people to
I
know what's on our mind.
agree. But now, men, y'all don't pay us any attention now. Come
Stop
on,
saying
now.
that, because we're trying to.
Yes, stop saying that, because that's
Karen,
why I'm asking
Y'all
y'all.
don't.
Karen.
Y'all don't.
And
Y'all
then you
don't
come
listen
and
to
then
us.
you come with the one
But then you throw that out there. Y'all throw that out there. Oh, y'all don't listen to me. Then you know what happens? You know what happens in a situation like
You
that?
don't know how to communicate it.
No, you know what happens?
How to effectively communicate.
Yes.
That's women. That's a lot of women's problem with men.
And then you know what the man does when he hears you say that?
He takes his own opinion
down.
of it.
Because he shuts down, because now you're being defensive and you're telling him what he doesn't know how to do.
And that's where that wall comes in. I mean, like I say, look at her.
You want your wall to be protected, but you don't want him to gather a wall.
Right.
Because he's going to have a wall by you keep telling him, oh, you don't listen, you never listen, y'all don't never listen. It's a defense mechanism.
Right.
You know what it does? That defense mechanism makes us feel good about what the information that we're withholding or that we're trying to protect our heart, because we've built up this defense mechanism to, all right, my heart is secure and this is why it's secure, and nothing is going to penetrate it. So I gotta throw these missiles out there, and these missiles are, I'm deflecting everything that's coming at me by being negative. Because anytime something positive comes my way, I get nervous. I get scared that I'm going to like it, or I'm going to fall susceptible to it, and I'm going to then be vulnerable. So you throw these negativity missiles out there to continue to keep that wall up so nothing penetrates that, which is positivity. And then the other person receives that and they still do the same thing. So now you got a conundrum. Nobody's winning because we don't know how to just be upfront. We don't know how to be compassionate. We'd rather be negative than be positive. Is that positive going to help you? If you tell that man how you want to be treated, you telling him. Hopefully you want him to listen. Hopefully he's listening, then he's going to do what you want, so you're winning.
And maybe I will get to that point one day. Like I said, maybe I will get to that
Katie
point.
Katie is crazy now. Katie is extraordinary
now. We preach it to the choir.
Ladies out there, I hope y'all are not as independent or defensive as I am. As I said, until you know a person's situation, you never know why.
Don't say that. Don't say that, KD. Don't say you hope. I hope the women out there are not as independent. We want you to be independent. You should.
But y'all saying I am too independent or whatever you call that. But see, okay.
No one said that. No one said that.
Okay, well, see, y'all call it defensive. I call it independent.
Are we not all some sort of? Do we not all have some form of independency? We all have a form of independency. We can hopefully take care of ourselves. We can fend for ourselves.
I don't know when these walls come down, when the right one comes, and I feel secure enough. I'm telling you now, it's like I am Rapunzel maybe or whatever, but it's gonna take the right night, I guess, to
Hey,
come and
Nell.
cut her off now.
No, let me wrap this up, Nell. Look, this is how the basics go. This is how the basics go, right? You can be talking to a girl and you could want a burger, right? But she keep cooking you steak. And so what if you never tell her that you want a burger? She don't know that you want a steak. So once you finally tell her that you want a steak instead of a burger, then take that in.
You all right, T?
I'm driving, KD. Look,
Oh, okay. You were breaking up. We didn't hear you.
look. So she still might not make what you want. So she never tells you that when she was 5 years old, somebody in her family smacked her in her face with what you want. But you never know that because she never tells you.
Well, I guess she didn't think it was relevant. Or well, see, that come in too. That come in when you first meet. You need to have a conversation to get to know each other. That comes from getting to know the person. I mean, if
Right,
you don't get to know the person, you're
right,
not gonna know
right,
them.
KD, she might not even remember that she was traumatized by that. She might not
Exactly.
even remember that part.
Well, and
We're
that's
not
true,
trying
but
to tell
that's
you.
where it comes in at with talking, conversating, making her feel comfortable enough for it to come out. I mean, I have shit that was buried in me to no lie that is still coming out today that I'm like, dang, that did happen. I mean, yeah, that stuff buried down inside of there that we are not aware of, that we have to feel safe enough for it to come out. I
No,
mean, so
no, hey, no, I still feel like we on the hamster wheel, so I'm gonna let you get us out of here.
now I am
So
telling
Out
the
of here,
truth.
Nell. Because we're
before
on the
we
hamster wheel, so let's get out of here, Nell.
before we get out of here, we wanna make sure that we announce our what we
Oh,
have going on in
the rest
December, right? Sunday Night Wind Down is having a raffle, right? The winner will be announced December 19th. The raffle has started. The raffle is $25 to buy in. And there will be 3 cash prize winners. The winners will be announced again on December 19th. You want to join the raffle, you make your donations to TaylorMade Tees, that's his Cash App. The link will be in the comments. And also, because it's Ladies Appreciation Day, we want to celebrate the ladies. The first place winner, right? And this is in conjunction with Friday Night Lights and also Sunday Night Wind Down. The first place winner, the person who wins the first place prize will also win 2 tickets to the New Edition concert next year. So you'll be sitting premium seats at one of the biggest concerts of the year, where all 6 members will be performing in the city of your choice. So whoever wins the first place prize will also win 2 tickets to see New Edition in concert in 2022. So that's what we're doing to give back to the ladies. We appreciate you, we love you, and we support you. Don't think that because there's friction that we don't, or we may be hard-headed or standoffish or whatever, that we're not hearing you. We hear you. Hopefully we're
Now,
moving. Yes.
remember to tell them it's communication, understanding, and then applying change behavior, people. Let's get it together. Get it together.
I
And
said
the biggest
communication.
Listen,
key, I think the biggest key ain't just communication. The biggest key of it all is working together. Fuck the
Right.
communication. Because
Right.
you gotta
if you
comprehend
don't
what's being
understand how to
communicated
comprehend,
too.
or if a
Exactly.
person just in their mind don't want to hear it and they just got their own view, then they not going to hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's understanding and working to a resolve. That's the key. That's the key. Working to a resolve is the key. Because if you just talking and you want to be upset because your feelings is hurt at this moment, so you want to throw daggers and you want to be smart, that shit is childish.
Mm-hmm.
That's not adult-like behavior. And even if you say, well, what led me to this point wasn't whatever, by you being childish and being petty does not get you nowhere. It just gets the wheel spinning in your own self, and the other person is still going about their day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
The
now
best
let
thing
me
to
stop you
do
guys
is
right
resolve
here.
it.
Let me stop you right here. Now, what y'all calling childish to that female, because we all get that way. What y'all are calling childish to that female, to her, that's saying that you don't give her of how she feels. Am I right, ladies?
That's not
Now,
right.
you know,
But if we just
that's
sat here and said the key to the whole situation, a problem and a
right. Is talking
solution
it out. Is
is the
communication. That's
solution.
if they will
Mm-hmm.
communicate.
A solution. You can be in your feelings all day long, but who is it benefiting?
Right.
You sitting
Mm-hmm.
up there in your feelings all day. Is it benefiting us by you sitting there being in your feelings? No, because we haven't come to a resolve.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
You
have
that's
to
what
feel
I'm
learn to
better.
be
supposed to say,
Doesn't
women.
your
ladies.
Women
It's
doesn't
and
your
that.
men have to
spirit?
learn to be interdependent.
Yes. Doesn't your spirit feel better when you've connected with the entity that was broken?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's if you come to that connection. Yes, it can. I can imagine if you come to that connection.
But
Again,
that's
Most
you
just
part,
have
it's
to
if
have
you
to
Also,
bring a
also.
problem
some
if you
women,
bring a problem
sometimes you
to
have
your
to
mate,
be learn to
the
be
end
more
goal
feminine
is not
instead
for
of
you to win the
masculine.
argument. The end goal should be to find the resolve.
Right.
Winning an argument just does something to your ego.
Mm-hmm.
Finding a resolve
Yep.
and coming to a solution does a benefit to the relationship.
But see, that's something I don't like to do is argue. Mm-mm. It's
And
negativity.
that brings us back to accountability and emotional maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't argue if it has to come to an
Cause the
argument
girl.
point, walk away until you can talk about it more sensibly. Because I mean, I just don't go into the arguments. And again, like I said, now these two ladies right here are totally different from my generation. So they're gonna have totally different views on relationships and such things that they take. Ladies, no disrespect, but old school, we were just bred a different way, baby. Especially when you've been in that so long.
That
I
day is
didn't hear
over,
you. Can you
kid.
repeat that?
Y'all haven't
That
been
day is over, kid.
where y'all are going where I have been.
That day is
And
over,
like
Kato.
Nell say, people grow, people grow, people grow. So y'all are still growing, which means the relationships are still growing as well. And your relationships are going to continue to grow. That's why I say y'all are very powerful right now. You're very, very powerful right now. When y'all get to this age right here and go through stuff and get through it, because you're still learning. Every single day you're learning. But
Most
when y'all get
definitely.
to this right here, you're going to have a totally different answer then than what you have today.
So
Okay.
are you saying because of your age and what you've been through that you've stopped learning?
It's not because of the
Yeah.
age. No, I'm still learning. I still learn every single day. It's not about the age. It is about life, what life has
Experience.
dealt you. And with me being older, naturally, I've been through more than these two
But
young ladies.
you
They are
can't
half
say
my
that,
age.
KD. You can't
You,
say
Well,
that
I'm
though,
sorry,
KD.
my
right?
life is
Yeah.
Yeah,
up
you
to
can't
you.
say that.
I was gonna say that.
You can't
Yeah.
say
I
that.
completely understand where she's coming from, but I've most definitely been hurt by a lot of men. I
Oh no,
definitely
no, no. Now
had
I
hurt.
didn't say that. I ain't say you haven't been through
Oh
it.
wow! I
I
just
said I've had more years to go through it than
correct.
you
I
have. This is
understand.
like an oak tree. Okay, I'm gonna put it down in nature for you. An oak tree. Okay, an oak tree for years and years. That oak tree can be full grown, but that oak tree continuously every year leaves have to fall and grow back on it. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
See, I don't
Mm-hmm.
had a whole lot of shit to have to peel off me and grow back. Not to say y'all haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it. But I've had more years of shit to grow and peel. That's
Yeah,
what
I can understand that,
You have
but
people
I
gotta learn how to forgive And you
Yeah,
might
I have, baby. You would be surprised at the people I've forgiven and the stuff I have forgiven. That's why I said y'all need to follow me. Read my books. I've written books on mental illness. Great Family Praise. Trust me, I have a whole lot of people that I've forgiven, and that's how I've learned to come to peace because I know how not to hold. I It hurt me more to hold anger in. That's why I don't get fired because it hurt me.
No, get us out of here, no.
Karen, you
Yo,
making too much sense
again,
now, actually.
thank you to Elizabeth and Shonda for coming on this evening and sharing your stories with us. You ladies are a beacon of hope, strength, and understanding, and we support you here at Sunday Night Wind Down. This is your new family. If you didn't know it, you always have a place with us. To always come back, share your stories, fraternize with us, whatever it is you need to do, even to have us wrap our arms around you. We appreciate you so much for sharing your stories. Hopefully it has helped us all be able to look inside of ourselves just to see how we can be better for ourselves, but also better listeners and better reactors to the things that we are hearing. Thank you to Karen D for coming on late. Nah, that's our girl. But thank you to Karen D for always bringing a female's perspective to the show, giving us the feminine side of the masculine side that me and T bring forth to the shit starter. Always having great content. Always having those starter questions that are going to make you think. Also bringing us ideology, which makes us go deep within our minds just to make sure that we understand what's going on. And then to everybody out there, you, we appreciate you. That's why we wanted this show to be about the biggest supporters of us all, and that's you ladies. Thank you for coming with us tonight. Continue to rock with us. We love do comments throughout the week. We love when you comment on different topics and send us even topics to explore. Again, the raffle is going on. It has started already. If you want to get into the raffle, it's $25 a ticket. Get in as much as you can. There will be 3 winners. The winners will be announced December 19th. Also, the first place winner will also get 2 tickets in a city of your choice to the New Edition concert. It's going to be a great concert. All 6 members will be performing. If you're a fan of New Edition and great music, you will enjoy this concert. And we're in the holiday season, a season of giving, receiving, and the receiving is those blessings that have been bestowed upon us, not just the material gifts, but the blessings of life, the blessings of love, and the blessings of togetherness. And we want to send you out here on what we do every week here at Sunday Night Wind Down is a standing 8 count. And this standing 8 count, I'm actually sending this out to Helen Weaver. Today I seen that she lost one of her good friends to a death. Also, we want to extend on Sunday Night Wind Down. We want to extend our deepest condolences to Virgil Abloh's family. We lost another great Black designer icon in the fashion world, and somebody who was very, very prominent in the sneaker game. Which as me and T have on Wednesday nights, Virgil Abloh's family. So, to our girl Helen Weaver, this 8 count is for you. The family of those that lost a loved one. Great. Thank you again to Elizabeth for coming on and sharing your experience with us. You guys send us pictures of the babies because they family now. Shonda, thank you again for coming on. Congratulations to both you ladies on having new babies. Babies
Thank
are 3
you.
weeks old.
Thank you.
We're aunties and uncles around here, so them babies belong to us too.
And thank you for educating me on what a doula is. I got to look up. I got to look that up.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. And Y'all do social media?
I'm
Yes.
dropping mine in the comments now on
Okay, I
my
was gonna ask
Facebook.
you girls to send me a Facebook request. Because I would like to keep in touch with you guys. I really would.
Oh, let me find you now before we disconnect. What's your
Yeah.
name?
Okay. Karen D. Neal, all spaces.
Shout outs to I want to send a special shout out there. Somebody who we don't normally see in the comments, but is here tonight. Sandra Gray. Hit her up. She makes amazing pastries, amazing cakes. I know during the Thanksgiving time she was inundated with orders. Let's keep inundating her so she don't get no sleep. You know, no sleep means more money. Let's put some money in. Let's put some money in her hand because her product is amazing. Call her Miss Cookie. And anybody know Miss Cookie can burn. So Sandra is a part of not only the Sunday Night Wind Down, also part of Friday Night Lights. She's amazing in the kitchen. And also another one of our first time guests, Ms. Ronnie Love, who always supports us on all different platforms and shows us love no matter where we are. So it's individuals like that that continues to help us grow, help us get better, and just expand us even greater. All right. So it's been another
Wait
great
a minute,
show.
Mayor. Wait, y'all, ladies. I want to thank. Some of my orders went out, and some ladies received their orders today. Karen's Corner, and I put on one tonight that I kind of DIY just a little bit, ladies. So when you get your T-shirt orders in, Karen's Corner, and I just took the collar off of mine. I can do even more DIY with it, but you can get sweaties, get hoodies, and just get your Karen's Corner. Get your Karen's Corner and support your girl. So get your orders in, and I'll have a little bit more information next week about it. But those ladies who have received it, I thank he think I don't appreciate it. I thank him so much because I would not have gotten it out had he not sent them out, and I do so much appreciate him for it. So much appreciation. Trinista. Okay.
It's been a great show. See y'all next Sunday.
All right, we out.
Bye, y'all.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
ladies,
you,
for
ladies.
coming home.